Hi, my name is Ryan Gunnarsson. I am a real estate agent here on the island. I've been doing that for 13 years. My partner and I have been doing it for 34 years collectively on the island. There are so many things that make the island special to me. The environment, the people, obviously the real estate and the properties, but it kind of distinguishes itself in that it's a friendly place, a very nice place, but there's no snoods allowed here and everybody knows their neighbors. It's a community that you just don't find anymore in Southern California. I think there's a variety of reasons why the underground utility project is important, especially to you, the neighbors, or the homeowners. Years ago, a project like this would have been considered a luxury, really. But now, most of the feedback we're getting from buyers and people looking at purchasing houses here is, it's a necessity. It's a standard of what they are seeing elsewhere. Whether it's Peninsula Point, whether it's Lido, whether it's Corona Del Mar, or even now here in the submarket of the island in the West End or the Little Island. We think this is vital for values. We think this needs to happen. And if it doesn't happen, there's the risk that the main portion of the island will be at a competitive disadvantage to their neighbors. And we don't want that. We think the island is the greatest place in Newport. We think it deserves this, and we want to see it happen.
Well, I'm Jim Kelly. I'm a resident here on the island, and I spent my entire career working for Southern California Edison Company. I was Vice President of Engineering, and then I finished my career as Senior Vice President of Transmission and Distribution. You know, based on my experience, a couple of things are clear. One is that undergrounding neighborhood distribution lines is certainly expensive. There's a lot that goes into it. But the other thing that's abundantly clear is that underground distribution lines are far more reliable and safer than overhead lines. And that's just kind of common sense. You think about it, the poles can't be hit by bad drivers, tree branches can't fall into the lines, high winds can't blow them over. All of the things that might afflict overhead lines are sort of taken care of by having them safely tucked underground. You know, it's always worried me as a resident here on the island to see overhead distribution facilities, including transformers, which can and do catch on fire. I've lost as many as 2,000 across the Edison system on a holiday weekend. And it makes me uncomfortable to see all these facilities so close to our homes, which are already so dense here on the island. Also bothers me to see poles intruding so far into our alleys that make it much harder to have ingress and egress, particularly for emergency vehicles. You know, as a resident, not just as an electrical person, but as a resident of the island, this project makes so much sense to me. Now look, it costs a few bucks. Nobody wants to spend more money than they have to. But imagine the benefits we get in terms of electrical reliability, safety, ingress and egress, aesthetics. Think how much nicer our island will look if we underground all these facilities. This is something that's long overdue. We should have done it many years ago when we had the opportunity, when costs were a lot lower. We didn't, but this is our chance. Let's get this done. Let's leave something better for our kids and grandkids after we're gone.